Let's take you back to Diepsloot, where the community has been having a meeting about the increasing crime in the area. The meeting earlier descended into some chaos, with the Joburg Mayor Kabelo Gwamanda chased out of the venue. He's since returned to the meeting as calm has now been restored. JMPD, those are the Metro police officers, also on the scene. Watching the developments there is senior reporter Silindelo Masikane, following that story, joining us now live from inside the venue of the meeting. Good afternoon, Silindelo. What's the latest you can tell us? What's happening there now?
But when it comes to the issue of collecting
money, we are still here in Diepsloot at the community meeting that's been called by the city of Johannesburg as well as the residents of this area. You know that Diepsloot is plagued with a number of issues ranging from service delivery and in particular criminality. Now, what happened a couple of moments ago, about an hour ago, we were in the session where you are seeing right now, where we do have community leaders, voicing some of the concerns that were raised in a memorandum that was handed to the local police station last week. So that is what has prompted this meeting by the Johannesburg mayor, because the residents have been demanding that he comes to Diepsloot to come and address some of the issues that they've raised. And so what we're seeing right now is an initiative by the city of Johannesburg to take the residents' concerns and maybe just to keep them updated as to what the city is planning to do to address those issues that were raised in the memorandum. Now, what happened earlier on is that there was a consensus among the residents that there was not going to be any finger pointing or blaming of anyone, organizations, or particular individuals in voicing those concerns. However, one of those residents, in essence, went against the rules and was trying to point fingers or, put the blame at the door of an individual when it comes to the issue of the housing crisis here in Diepsloot. That is when the meeting, of course, they descended into chaos, where we had to have members of the Johannesburg Metro Police Department come into this venue, which is actually a church, Bradan. So we had to have the officials come in to kind of break up the scuffle. And as of right now, the JMPD officials remain inside the venue to ensure that there isn't another incident. But at this point, the situation has been restored to some kind of normalcy where people are behaving. And after this week, from what I understand, we are expecting the mayor to address the residents that have come out to this meeting.
Silindelo, is crime the main issue? I mean, we know there's so many challenges communities like those in Diepsloot are facing, but is crime their number one problem at the moment?
Sorry, Bradan, I didn't hear that. Could you please repeat yourself?
I was asking if crime is the number one problem they're facing.
As much as you have said 7 days.
Absolutely, it's crime and service delivery, and in particular the housing crisis and the fact that the area has not been formalized when it comes to services. Electricity is a problem, water is a problem, and this is nothing new in terms of the issues we know about Diepsloot. What we're hearing from the residents right now is that they want to see some kind of action, because every time there is a spike in crime levels or murder in Diepsloot, we see temporary solutions being in place. I mean, we have had the TRT unit brought in by Police Minister Bheki, but those solutions are not permanent ones. And so what the community is now demanding from the city of Johannesburg is that they want the city to now come in and address their concerns, because whenever they do protest or they march to specific departments or the Premier's office, they're told that they need to take their concerns to the city.
Yeah. So the mayor will be addressing them after all of them have expressed and put forward what they are worried about, their concerns. And at the end of this meeting, we're going to hear from Mayor Gwamanda. Is that the case, Silindelo?
marching to you guys.
That's exactly what we are expecting. Right now, I think we are on the last speaker, Bradan, who is actually one of the community leaders from the Diepsloot Community Forum that marched to the local police station last week, Friday, where a memorandum of demands was handed over to the station commander. And I think also one of the main issues that has come out of this meeting, Bradan, is the fact that residents here in Diepsloot feel that they have a useless, to use their words, a very useless police station, where they say the only thing you're really going to get at the local police station is to be able to have your affidavits, certified, or to get your documents certified. So they're saying that there is a lack of policing in the area, also highlighting the initiative by the Premier of the province, saying that they are not seeing more of a visible presence of the unit that was established to police and patrol and crime in the area, saying that something is amiss. So it's, I think, quite a difficult task for the mayor to address the issues of Diepsloot, because so far we've had leaders coming in and out of Diepsloot promising a change, but nothing ever seems to really take shape. So it's going to be interesting to see whether the current mayor, the current Joburg mayor, Kabelo Gwamanda, will be able to bring some kind of solutions and bring about a change for the residents here. One of the speakers, was a woman who says that she's been living in Diepsloot for about 20 years, and the levels of crime in the area just keep getting worse. At 6 p.m., people are hurriedly trying to get into their homes and stay off the streets. One of the pastors was also saying that they've had to stop night prayers because of just how dangerous it is. So the situation in Diepsloot certainly needs a very urgent intervention.
Yeah, Silindelo, we're going to have to leave you so you can set up to get the mayor, Kabelo Gwamanda, whom, as you said, will be speaking shortly. The man who's currently on the podium belonging to a local community forum might be the last speaker before the mayor responds to a number of issues that have been laid out by the residents of Diepsloot this afternoon. Top of mind for them is safety. They want to feel safe, but there's also issues of service delivery, lack of housing, and so on. We'll see what the mayor can say to the people of Diepsloot. What promises can he make? And the question will be, can they deliver on those promises? Now,